Hello everyone and welcome back to BIMMERHEAD. In the previous video we removed injectors, we removed the heads, and we discovered that the block is completely unusable. If you missed the previous video, click on the link that I've attached on the top right corner. As you well know, this engine is no longer usable. This block is completely destroyed, and as I said in the previous video, we needed to get a second engine block. Now, I'm happy to say that I found a second engine. It is seized, but I think we can save the block from that one. Now, in order to bring that one inside and start working on that, we need to clear the area and make sure that I don't mix the parts from one engine to the other. But for now, we need to take this car out because there is not enough space there to move the crane to bring in the engine. On this block, I didn't take any more parts off. The crank, the pistons are still in there. Even the oil pump is still in there. I'm gonna leave this as is. We'll move it to the side and see what the other engine looks like. And if we can use some of the parts from this engine, we will. I was able to move it close to the wall, so that means that it will clear. The crane just cleared through, but we'll see if I can pull the engine or I need to bring the car more inside. But just so you have a quick look. The X3 did an amazing job holding this, and it fits quite well. I think you could fit even more. You could fit two of them at the same time if you want to. We have the donor engine on the stand. As you can tell, it's not in great shape, but I'm happy to try. This was not an expensive engine. This was basically scrap metal, and I'm happy with it so far. We'll see inside if everything looks good. It does have some oil leaks, but I understood that this engine has a lot more miles and it's quite normal. Okay, here we go again. This engine comes from an BMW X5 2013, and this is a seized engine. Now, if the problem is with the crankshaft, then the block should be good. And I've met this amazing guy, Alex. He just takes apart BMWs and broken BMWs and sells the parts off of them. They don't want to deal with the engine parts, so they just scrap them in this condition, right? To me, this is amazing, because if the block is good, then I will have saved a lot of money. You just have to take it apart and see what the condition of the block is. So this might work just fine. As long as I'm rebuilding the whole engine and I'm touching every single bolt, then I don't see a problem with this engine lasting for a long time. By the time I finish with this car, I'll know these engines in and out really well, and I'm happy about that. I really wanted to learn about this car, and now I have a second engine to take apart, so it's even better because now I reinforced what I learned in the first attempt. And hopefully this will make it a lot easier to put everything back together. If the engine was maintained well, then the block should be completely fine. The other parts that wear might not be fine, but we have spare parts from the other engine, so I think we're good to go. Let's take it apart. It is a little bit more wear. You can kind of see some marks, but it's not terrible. The only problem with these shafts are that some of the lobes are a little bit rusty. I think this engine was left outside, uncovered and open, so some of the water got in and did that, but they might still be usable, they might still clean, because just by rubbing my finger I can kind of get rid of some of it. But I'm not gonna use these, that's for sure. I'm gonna use the other ones because they're a lot better. And on this side as well, doesn't look bad, but there are a few lobes that are rusted. On this one, it looks like this guide, it's almost almost in one piece. This one is definitely completely missing, like on the other engine, so it must be in the oil pan. But not bad so far, nothing scary, just the camshafts are a little bit damaged, but we have good camshafts from the other engine. So let's continue. Look at that. There's quite a few bolts. I was quite lucky on that one. The chain got stuck and the head did not hit the floor. But next time I will flip the engine with every head pointing up when I pry it like this so that it doesn't fall. You know what? It looks like it might not be usable after all. But that's on the first glance. Look at that. That's a lot of rust. But what I've found out is that these engines, they're alu seal, so this rust should clear off quite easily and there should be no damage. Look at that. What is that? Normally an engine block left like this would not be good, would not be usable. But we might be able to save this block. It doesn't have big damage. Of course, it will take a lot of cleaning, but it might still work.
I'll leave this open so you know it's 68.
Yes, leave it open. got all the pistons out, and like suspected, look at that. This journal is good, this one good, this one good, and look at that. That's the cause of this engine being seized. Now this is unsavable. This crank is completely gone. Now it does look dirty in there still, but I'll clean it up and it would be fine. I don't see any major wear. It's just dirt, really dirty. But let's clean them up a little bit and confirm if it's good or bad. Look at that. That's a big ass bolt. So just to explain really quickly, the crane holds the weight of the engine so this doesn't snap, first. Second, there are two bolts into the crankshaft that with this you hold the crankshaft so it doesn't spin. And then with the strap, I grabbed it from that side so that the engine can't spin. The block cannot spin this way because this strap's holds it. And then this leg was moving out, so I had to go with the strap that way so that it holds it in place this way. So now when you twist, it's all kind of held together. And this is the sort of thing you have to come up with in order to compensate for some of the tools or for, let's say, a body. I think this bit could be part of those videos where it shows why men live shorter lives than women. I don't know. I don't know about you, but I'm really happy with the result here. This looks like a new engine block, and I think we can work with this. I'm sure some of you doubted it when they saw the heads coming off with all of that mess inside, but since this is made of aluminium, it should not rust. It does have a little bit of stains on the surface of the cylinders, but it's just some stains. If this engine runs for a couple of days, the cylinders would look perfect inside. So I'm really happy, and I will definitely use this block. And we just need to go ahead and sort out the other parts and decide what we're gonna use from the old engine and from the new engine. But all of that is to come in the next video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, getting my